Hi, hello again. Yeah, Jeff Jacobs here with your third Met Jeff winter update for 2015-2016. And today is Monday, the 14th of December. So less than, 2 weeks to Christmas. I'm going to be using the GFS model on this forecast. But before we go any further, I think I need to point out to you that you've probably seen my weather charts that I put out on Twitter and Facebook, and I think most of you realise that it's an interpretation of what the models are saying as what we give out, rather than an actual forecast. Some people, not many of you, most of you understand how it works, but just for those of you that don't understand how it works, we are actually pointing out what the models think the weather's going to be, and it's not actually a personal forecast. For example, for Met Jeff UK, I leave that to these videos where I'm actually forecasting and predicting what I think might happen. So the next time you see me put up these models, I'm just illustrating and showing you what's happening with the long-term computer models that are out there today. Okay, got that cleared up. Now, going ahead to the forecast. So yeah, we're still in this run of very warm, mild, sort of muggy, misty, rainy regime. It's all brought through us because of high pressure, basically over the continent, low pressure over Atlantic, and very cold air actually to the north of us. And this is generating all these depressions in the Atlantic and encouraging a very strong jet stream. And of course, as this warm air hits the mountains of, say, Cumbria and northern England, they're producing quite a lot of rain at times too. Now, as we go through the week, we are going to, sorry about another client. As we go through the week, we are going to see much warmer air being pumped out of Africa, and this indeed is going to cause quite a lot of record-breaking, I think, as regards to temperatures. We could see temperatures touching 16 degrees, 61 degrees Fahrenheit, as we go through the week. Is this caused through global warming? No, it's caused because we've got high pressure over the continent dragging warm air up. There's always a reason for this, and it's usually a very simple reason. But we won't go into that subject on this video. But anyway, yeah, so we got this pool of very warm air being pumped up as we go through this week. By the time we get to the end of the week, it's still there, very warm air being pumped up. So expect some rain at times, some brighter intervals, especially in the east, and it will, like I say, remain on the fairly mild side. Getting a little bit closer to Christmas, and we see low pressure piling up to the north, high pressure beginning to build to the north over Scandinavia and Greenland, and this will encourage very cold air to be forced south eventually across the British Isles. So as we go into the 23rd, we've got this cold front trying to make its way south, very much colder air coming down behind it as well, and showers turning wintry over Scotland, for example. And this gradually pushing its way south. So as we get to the 24th, Christmas Eve, what we've got is the cold front pushing north at first, but then being pushed back again by this very much colder air. So going into Christmas Day, a cold front will gradually move across the country, bringing much more colder and seasonal air and showers turning wintry over parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Indeed, as we go into Christmas Day, this colder air makes advancements right across Ireland, so look for some very frequent snow showers here, and also over the northern England, northern Wales and Scotland, seeing these wintry showers, and eventually wintry showers coming into the southwest as well, with quite a lot of snow actually over the high ground. And this then pushes its way right across the country as we go through to Boxing Day. So all of us expecting to see some wintry showers, hail, sleet or snow. Maybe some rain, of course, has mixed in as well. But all of it's going to be fairly slushy on low ground, but quite appreciable falls, I would imagine, especially over high ground and over the north, and in Ireland and Scotland, seeing quite a lot of snow just after Christmas on Boxing Day. And then we see very much even colder air pushing down across the country as we go through the end of Boxing Day. One thing also you want to watch out for is high pressure beginning to build over Scandinavia and the continent, and this looks like bringing in the winds more around to the east. And in fact, as you can see, we've got this regime now beginning to set up with high pressure beginning to take control over the east, bringing really bitterly cold air down across Europe. It's been very mild over Europe lately, but they're certainly going to get a very cold blast as we go through to New Year's Eve. And indeed, approaching New Year's Eve, this colder air beginning to come in to Britain as well, and the south coast. Although it's high pressure, there's going to be a real cold feel to the wind in this east or southeasterly blast. So that's my outlook for the rest of December. I think after a mild spell, returning colder around Christmas, and then after Christmas I think we'll get a brief area of high pressure developing over Scandinavia, with some cold easterly winds and possibility of a low pressure beginning to build or develop over Biscay, and this would or possibly could push periods of snow into southern Britain as we go into the New Year's Eve. So one to watch. So a lot going on over the next fortnight. A lot of things, of course, can change. Weather models tend to change quite a lot at this time of the year, so we need to keep an eye open for this. Don't take the weather models, what you see today, as read, because tomorrow they could be completely different. And of course you'll find all the updates for everything really, from snow warnings to flood warnings to what the models are doing, etc. All of it is on the METSI FUK website, and you can see previous videos there as well. It'd be great if you could click on the adverts. It would be a big help to me as well. Okay, enough said. Hope the sun is shining for you this Christmas, but whatever the weather, enjoy it.